In this video, I'm going to teach you how to use the w3css framework to make a functional navigation bar for your website. This is something that's in every website. People need a way to get around, and the w3css framework provides tons of nice options for navigation. The lesson that I'm using is way down below the first few lessons, and there's a lot in here. It teaches you many different things that they give you to make your navigation bar look just the way you want it. So let's get started. What you need first is some sort of container, because basically a navigation bar is just a container full of links. So the container, you could use a div. I'm going to use a special type of div called the nav. Stands for navigation. The nav element in HTML, it's just a div, and you're just telling the world, hey, this is the nav div. In w3css, you use the w3bar class on that nav, and that tells w3css to style this like a bar. I'll show you that in a moment. We're going to make our list of links here. So a link in HTML is with anchor tags. For now, I'm going to just say href equals hashtag, and what that does is makes a link that goes nowhere, since I don't have anywhere for my links to go quite yet. And then again, we're going to add some classes. What you use is the w3bar item class on all of these, and I'll go ahead and start with the home page link. For this demonstration, I'm going to make 4 different links. We'll do like home, products, contact, maybe history. Okay, this is some random company's website, and if I wanted to be done at this point, this is functional. It doesn't look very pretty, but all of these are clickable links. Again, none of them go anywhere at the moment, but you can see as I'm clicking them that brackets is highlighting what I'm clicking, and this will work if I connect this up later. Let's do a few things to make it look better now. First thing I want to do is make this into kind of more of a bar with some hover effects. And what you do is you take all your links and add another class, the w3button class. What that does is it takes the underline off and it gives you a free hover effect so that each item is its own little like button box. So that's kind of nice. What if I don't like that color? You can go up to the main bar, add a w3 color class like blue, red, whatever you want, and that'll add some color to your nav bar. Okay, at this point, this is kind of minimalist, but this is looking pretty decent, and we could stop right here if I felt like it, but I'll show you a few more things. I want this to be bigger. You can also add a size class into the nav element. So what if I wanted it to be huge? I could say w3 jumbo. Okay, that's way too big. How about XX large? Still too big for my tastes. X large, that's pretty good. You get the idea. Let's go double extra large just for fun. Huge nav bar. You can also give the items more space if you want, using like a w3 padding class. And you can put a hyphen on that and tell it how much. So like w3 padding 16 will give it extra space. I think there might even be a 32. Yeah, there is. So now I've got a nice huge nav bar. Another thing you can do that I want to see you do on your assignment, no matter what your nav bar looks like, on all of these links you should add the w3 mobile class. The w3 mobile class is something you can add to any element, and what it does is that when your screen gets narrow enough, it will cause the elements to stack vertically so that when you're looking at it on a phone, it looks better and it works better. Okay, so that's w3 mobile. Makes your navbar responsive. Let's do more. What if I don't want gray as my hover color? How about on each of the links, let's add w3 hover blue. Now when I hover over these, we get a blue. How about red? You get the idea? Okay, you can really customize how things work in here. that's pretty much the basics at this point that I want to teach you. If you want to learn more about this stuff, there's all sorts of more cool things that you can do on the W3CSS lesson. Like you can do a fixed navigation bar. See how the nav bar stays there under the body. You can put it at the bottom. You can do drop downs. Okay. There's all sorts of cool stuff you can do. Here's an effect that I came up with earlier. That's kind of fun. If you take the whole nav bar and put that inside of its own container with like a panel class. There, it just dumped the whole nav bar in there. What that just did is it put a little padding around the edge of the whole nav bar. Then what I can do is add a card class. And the card class makes it look like a card that's hovering over the screen. So you see there's a shadow there. It becomes especially apparent if I get rid of the color. You can see that real nice shadow showing that it's a card hovering over the screen. That's a pretty classy looking nav bar right there. Take a look at the lesson. You got the basics now. It's a container of links. Add some classes. Use the lesson to figure out what classes you need. And that should get you through the W3 navigation assignment in Schoology. Happy coding!